Welcome to Programming One video tutorials. So in this video tutorial, I'll show you some of the Visual Studio basics. I'll show how you can create a new project in Visual Studio, and then we'll add a new source code file, and then we'll compile and run our program. To open Visual Studio, you need to go to the Start menu and click on the Search Windows button and type Visual Studio. This should bring up the Visual Studio icon. Click on this. And once it is open, you should have a screen that looks like this. So this is the Visual Studio integrated development environment. Now we work on projects. So if you want to create any source code, you need to create a new project. To create a new project, go to the File menu, New, and then click on Project. Now from here, you have to select the type of project you are building. So we'll create a Windows console applications. Now remember, console stands for terminal applications. So this is applications that you can run through the command line, or as people know them, the black and white screens. You need to give your project a name. I'll call this project Hello World. And you need to select the location of your project, and I'll select the location by clicking on the Browse button. I'll keep this project in the F drive, and in here I've created this folder structure, so it is ITSE, and I'll keep this project under Lab 1. So click on Select Folder and click on OK. So the next thing we need to set up, or we need to choose some settings. Click on Next. Now here is what we need to do. We need to create an empty project. We need to start from scratch. Now to create an empty project, you need to deselect precompiled headers and deselect security development lifecycle checks. And then select empty projects. Now we are ready to create the project, so click the Finish button. And here we have the project created for us. Now what do we have in here? We have the Solution Explorer menu. Now in the Solution Explorer menu, you can navigate through your project. So you can see all the files under your project. Right now we don't have any files, but we want to add one new file. Now any C++ files will be added under source files. So right click on source files, choose add, and then click on add on a new item. Now we need to create a C++ file. So select C++ file and make sure that you rename your file to the whatever you want it to be. So in this case, I want the name to be hello.cpp, and then click add. So now we have an empty project basically. We have an empty file. So we have a file which doesn't contain anything. So we just need to type your code. So I just typed the Hello World program, which is our first program that we have seen in the class. Once you have typed your code, once you are ready to compile your code, you just need to go to the debug menu and click Start Without Debugging. Now by clicking on this, so yes, I want to save this file. So this will compile it, or will build our project, and if there are no errors, it should run it as well for us. So this should run a screen, and this screen should basically say Hello World, and that's how you compile your project. So this is how you can create a new project and compile it in Visual Studio.